first and foremost, you look great. Love the jacket. Love that it matches the sparkly cup. And
yeah, keep coming. I want all the compliments. Keep going.
And we have we just kind of got an exclusive.
Yeah, we did.
Can we just say that?
We sure did.
Holy shit. I'm so proud of you.
What,
you
that
just
I was
pulled
like,
that out of your ass.
I'm like, give us the information.
You're really good, man.
Would you tell us? We promise not to tell anybody in advance.
Well, so just hold this back till you need us to.
So make sure you stay
job.
till the end of the episode because there's some exciting new stuff coming from OUAI. And P.S. we learned that brand that you've seen on the shelves in Sephora, it's white with the black type. That's OUAI. It's OUAI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no way.
Like no
Jose.
way. Or yes way.
Uh-huh.
But can we get back to my jacket for a minute?
You please shout it out.
So I want to give a shout out to the girls at Rent the Runway who gave me like the courage to rent something like this. Larea and also Shannon. That's
in the New York City location,
This is in the New York City Flatiron location, and I just adore
Street.
them. And yeah, it's like, I don't know where I would wear this to normally, but I was so psyched because
you just got an entire tidbit on how to wear it a couple different ways. Also, stay tuned to the episode.
I did.
Whether it's Whole Foods or Taco Bell.
So I wore that jacket to my husband's Christmas party, and I didn't wear a shirt underneath it. And then the Christmas party had horrible food, so we ended up going to Taco Bell, and I did a whole photo shoot in that like outfit at Taco Bell, and it's really cool.
Yes.
I love that. And I love the idea of wearing no shirt underneath it.
It's super chic. And what I did was I used that Kim K boob tape for the first time underneath it. Like, so I was able to like position my boobs to be like lifted and like out there, and still felt very secure that it wasn't going to move. So highly recommend that boob tape.
Wait a minute. What is the Kim K boob tape?
So she came out with tape. So back in the day, Kim K was like, oh, like she did a cover of Cosmo, and she revealed that they took masking tape and basically like made a bra for her with the masking tape so that her boobs were like lifted and up, but it looked like she had like no bra or anything on. So now she developed her own tape like that. And I have to say, it's really good. Like you put it on, it doesn't rip your skin off, but you feel so supportive. So you could basically like, she shows you, she has a great video on it too. So you basically like lift up your boob and then you place the tape underneath it and then you put one over. So the boob just like sits there and like, it's kind of amazing. Like,
but they have the over. It's not just like, cause I've tried the ones that are like just from here to here. And it's like, my boobs are still like.
No, this is a straight
just
up
not with
roll
tape
of
underneath. Gotcha.
No, I totally get that. This is just a straight up roll of tape, but for some reason it's like this stretchy, cool material that like just stretches and works with you and then like sticks to your body without like ripping off your skin or your self tanner or anything that's important to you.
So it's kind of similar to like that Band-Aid tape that they sometimes use when they take your blood.
Yeah, very similar. Oh
very similar to that. Because
Yeah,
I'm hairy and I hate when I have to go and get blood done or whatever. And then they like use stupid, and I'm like, that's going to rip like 19 hairs off my arm. Ah! But I know, yes, she's brilliant because she's been that's such an old drag queen trick from back in the day. And, you know, men have been pushing their like,
back to life.
I live for that she is such a smart businesswoman.
You know what you remind me of right now? Do you remember who was that? It was at the Michael, what was his music video? He had all the supermodels. They all had their hair slicked back. Come on, in the 80s, 90s. George Michael. Thank you. I'm like, Mike.
Full disclosure, totally did a workout this morning and didn't like wash my hair or do anything. So like side part wet look was going to work out. There's this new workout called Bünda in LA that everyone's doing. So basically it just like works your butt, and like all the hot, amazing ladies in Los Angeles take this class, and it's so killer. Like your body changes within like 10 days of taking this class. It's pretty amazing.
Wait, what is it called? Ryan and I are like obsessed with the butt. Go.
Okay, so it's called Bünda, Bunda. And the woman that created it, her name is Katie, and she's a Bünda Barbie. She's got the best butt I've ever seen in my entire life. And the class focuses on like your posterior chain and making that stronger. And when you do that, essentially like everything else falls into place. Like your waist gets smaller, your butt lifts, your arms get stronger, like you're better runner. So all of the exercises are like based around your bunda, which is Brazilian for your butt. And class is 50 minutes and it's so quick. It goes so fast, but like, it's so effective. I'm on my bunda journey right now. So basically I have to take 20 classes in a matter of like a month. And I already noticed a difference. Like it's pretty amazing.
Oh, do we have it in New York?
It's only in LA. So if you guys come out here, let's take a class together.
You guys get the best stuff out there.
Honestly, I'm on the next plane.
You probably heard my accent. So I'm only 3 years here. Well, 3.5 in Los Angeles, but I didn't work out as much as I did. I work out more in Los Angeles than when I lived in New York, for sure.
So you were a New Yorker though?
Yes, I'm born and raised Staten Island girl.
Oh,
nice.
So like beauty, I always say like in Staten Island, like when you pop out of your mother, you're instantly trained to get a blowout and a manicure and like take care of yourself. So it's just part of our culture growing up there is that you went to the salon, you got manicures, like, well, I mean, manicures means like acrylic nails out to here with like your name on them. So definitely a beauty girl from the start.
I love that. And you know what? I want to ask you, right? Like, let's get to it because I remember the first time that I saw your brand in Sephora and how the heck do we pronounce this?
Oh my gosh, yes. So many people say like ki, kwe, auji, awiha, oi, when. The correct pronunciation is actually much simpler than what people think. And it's pronounced way, like W-A-Y. And what it means is, yeah, in French. So like when you're a cool French girl, like you could just say, way, and you just mean like, yeah. It's kind of considered like a curse word in French because they're so proper. They hate slang. Unlike us Americans where we're like, every word is a slang and we embrace it and love it. They're not so much. So yeah, it means, yeah. And the reason why Jen named it is because you know, she just wanted it to be, easy and effortless and not have hair care and body care and lifestyle be so confusing. She just wanted to look chic and be chic, but at a great price point with great formulations and something that you would want to like take an Instagram picture of. And I think she nailed it. She also really wanted to make it, like a conversation piece. I always tell the story, like when I was younger going into Sephora, I'd be like, oh, do you have that Saint Tropez self-tanner? And they're like, Saint Tropez girl, let me show you where it's at. So you like having a hard time saying the name strikes up a conversation, like makes you think like, oh, I have to engage with someone to ask about it or how you say it. So it really is such a great conversation starter and it really worked well.
Those French, I love it. It reminds me of one of my best girlfriends. I was like, oh, have you tried this like new brand? It's like Joy. And she was like, it's joie. I was like, oh.
It's funny because, I mean, I certainly don't have a great French accent, but when I say way, like I feel like I do. So it's kind of fun to pretend. We actually spell it wrong, believe it or not. It's supposed to be OUAIS. But we dropped the S because it's silent. And also Jen grew up in Hawaii. So she loved the idea of using all the vowels because it was like a little bit of like, it looked like a little bit of a Hawaiian word at the same time. So if someone knows the French language, they always love to like point it out to us that we like spelled it wrong, but we did it on purpose.
I was introduced to OUAI by one of like the travel sample packs that they had in Sephora, which was great. The dry shampoo is amazing because I've got dark hair and a lot of the dry shampoos, when you start to go, like you said, into like a, not a super high price point, they leave like a white cast, that didn't at all. And I love the smell of the products.
Oh, so the smell is actually quite interesting. And I totally agree with you. We smell amazing. It's one of the first things that Jen developed when she created OUAI. We work with Gévaudan Fragrance House, which I'm sure everybody knows in the beauty world, but they do some of like the top fragrances in the world. And it was the first thing she developed because it's the first thing anybody does when they pick up a product.
Absolutely.
Like if you pick up a face cream and it smells like feet and it's going to get rid of all your wrinkles, you still won't use it because it smells bad. But if something smells good and you're engaged with it and it makes you feel good, you're going to pick it up, you're going to use it more. So she really picks out every single note that we come out with, every single like scent. Now we have, I want to say we have 5 scents within the line. We have 2 that have become eau de parfums, which are official scents now. So we gradually got into the fragrance business because everybody like wanted it. All of our community was like, oh my gosh, you guys smell so good, you should make perfumes. So we did.
That's so funny. I found that OUAI actually did that, and I only know that because one of my girlfriends was like, oh, you can, we were going out together. I was at her house getting ready, and I was like, oh, I don't have perfume. Can I use it? Something. And she was like, well, I'm going to wear my signature scent. But she's like, I also just bought the OUAI. And I said, no, I'm not the hair refresher. And no, they make a perfume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hair care brands are getting into it now. And I think that's awesome because it's sort of like, you know, when you buy your perfume set and you have the body wash and the body lotion, and this goes beyond that. So now like your hair, your body, your skin can like all have that same scent. So you could really get like your brand identity. I love how your friend wasn't going to give you her perfume. She was like, no, this is mine. You have
and she's my sister, and we actually both wear the same. I mean, like when I say she's my sister from another mister, it's Vicky. I love her. And but it was great. It was really, really great. So it makes so much sense that you're doing that too, because scent memory too is it's so pervasive, right? And I know that like when my husband met me, I was wearing a different perfume, and whenever I put that on, it's like you can see him going back to when we first met, and it really rekindles those memories. I remember, I used to have, do you remember like CK1?
Oh my God, who doesn't know that?
Doesn't that just remind you of like, it reminds me of middle school, high school. And if I smell somebody every once in a while, I'll get like a waft of somebody wearing it. And it's like, oh.
It takes you back.
It takes you right back.
For me, Gucci Rush takes me back to my like keg stand days in college. When I smell Gucci Rush, I'm like, let's go to the club. I want to party. Like there's these scents. And that's so incredible, like that for a certain price point, you can travel back in time and relive like the best moments of your life. And fragrance is such an exciting category that I think, and at any price point, I always think it's such a great gift, because if someone doesn't really have a signature scent or like dabble in the fragrance world, like you're giving them the gift of memories and they don't even know it yet. So it's really exciting. I love that you said CK1. Jen will love that. Actually, Jen posted about Tribe. I don't know if you guys remember Tribe. Debbie Gibson was
Yes.
Debbie. Oh my gosh.
They're trying to bring Tribe back, which is amazing. And they sent her like a PR kit, and I like slid in her DMs. I was like, that was like my youth. I love it. And like she ended up giving it to me. So it's in my desk, and like I just go back to like the 6th grade of like spraying.
Yes, it was 6th grade. Like CK1, and like the guys were all wearing Dracar Noir. I know, but it's like
so many first awful sexual experiences smelling that.
I think my worst guy one was Curve for Men. I used to date a guy that wore Curve for Men, and I'm like, now
that
when
blue
I
bottle. I used to come down to the city, and do you remember like back in the day, you could buy perfume like on the streets?
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere in the city, I felt like. And Curve was one that they always had. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones.
But those ones are not real.
No, they're not.
It doesn't matter. It still, but it still smelled. The real thing didn't smell that much better. Let's be honest.
I love it.
So Diana, I do want to ask you, because I feel like OUAI has some really cool cutting edge products. Are there any that really stand out to you that you like are your favorites?
Yeah, I mean, we were one of the first people to come out with a dry shampoo foam. And here at OUAI, like one of our like company mantras is we're not afraid to go first. And that really truly is that statement. We weren't afraid to go first with a dry shampoo foam. And we had a couple of different things. Like it was so hard to get everyone to figure out how to use a foam dry shampoo and not a spray, and realize, and just to kind of inspire people to build their dry shampoo wardrobe, that like there's a reason for a spray and there's a reason for a foam.
So what are they? What is the reason for the spray? When do you use a spray? When do you use a foam? And how the heck do you use a foam? Yeah, so foam you're going to use, I always recommend someone to use a foam if a couple different reasons. One, if you tend to get drier as the days go on and you're not as oily. So someone that has a curlier texture hair, coarser texture hair, their hair doesn't tend to like hold that oil, where they tend to lose that oil and get really dry.
dry shampoo foam has panthenol and diatomaceous earth in it. So diatomaceous earth is actually used in hospitals when you're sick and you can't stand to take a shower, or you have a cast on. They pour this like clear powder and it instantly cleanses without water. So that's exactly what a dry shampoo should do. So we use that in there, and then we add this basic ingredient called panthenol, which is going to condition your hair and add a little bit of shine. So essentially you're shampooing and conditioning. So dry shampoo foam is someone, you want to clean your hair, you don't have time to shampoo, condition, and blow out, but you also need to condition your hair as well. I would say that would be your main choice for the dry shampoo foam. And if you tend to like get super oily, then I say dry shampoo spray is better because it has a little bit more of oil absorbing properties and less hydrating properties to it.
Definitely. A lot of people don't know that dry shampoo came from nurses and from the hospital.
Yeah.
Because people who were bedridden and couldn't wash their hair, or they couldn't get them into the shower. That's exactly where it comes from. And it's very, it's kind of gross to think about, but now it's, not okay to wash your hair every single day. We know better now.
We do say at OUAI, we never hair shame anybody. If you want to wash your hair every single day, go right ahead. If that's how you feel, totally fine. We do, we experiment with that, because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, no, I shouldn't wash my hair every day, but I do. So that's what we sort of like say, like try the dry shampoo foam, because you're not going to get that like starchy, waxy feeling from it. You'll feel like hydrated. But also it's okay to like wet your hair. You don't necessarily have to use shampoo, but if you feel like you need to like rinse your hair, we also bring up that too. I think that's okay. It's everyone's level of when they can, like, because this is actually the grossest word in the whole world, but sebum comes out of our scalp, which comes out of our face too. That's when we feel oily. And everyone has like kind of a different threshold for their sebum take on it. Like some people are like, as soon as I feel oily, I have to wash, or I could go 20 days without washing. It's totally fine. So everyone just kind of ranges. So we really try to. I'm definitely. If someone needs to wash every day, it's totally. We think it's cool, as long as you're using the right products that aren't like too stripping or anything like that.
So Ryan will yell at me because I'm on the other end of that. Like I would go forever. I hate washing my own hair. I hate drying it. It's like, just like another thing I have to do. So like, how many days do you think I can go without washing my hair?
So here's the thing, like when you have sebum and you have products and you're using dry shampoo, what we don't want to do is clog a follicle. So you want to make sure that you're not having excessive buildup. And I think, you kind of know when you start to do like a little bit of the scratching and you're just like, when you feel a little bit of that irritation in there, because if you let that go too far, then like that's when like dermatitis of the scalp starts to happen, eczema and psoriasis and, hair loss. So you really want to make sure that you eventually get in there. I do say that like once a week would probably be
sorry, I can see Ryan. He's giving me that look because I lost a little patch of hair I know has been growing in, but we know it's from stress, not because I'm the dirty girl.
You're not that dirty.
I'm not that dirty, but I'll go like 3 days. Like sometimes really it's like every third day. That's my point where it's like, ugh.
Do you know when you have like that good pair of jeans and you're like, I don't wash jeans all the time, but eventually you have to because you're sitting on the subway, you're going on an airplane, they get dirty. You have to think of your hair as like your jeans. Like eventually you got to get in there because it's been in the community. It's dirty. You're sweating. There's things going on. You gotta get in there. So
I don't know what it says about me. Like I have to wash my jeans at I can't wear clothes more than once. But my hair, I'm like,
but your hair, forget
my hair. I'm like, whatever. I have you both two hair experts on here. Why does your hair get that itch sometimes?
Everyone's different, right? Everyone's sweat's different. We all see the woman who's like premenopausal and she's like wet. Like it's a whole other ball game for her. But then we have like yourself and Amber, like you'll possibly do a lift tonic class like today. Like you pumped chest and you worked hard, but you may have not necessarily broken a sweat to the point where your hair was wet. So you kept it moving. And then you hit a little dry shampoo. And then now you're on day 3 and you're at the end of day 3 and you're starting to itch a little. And there you have, that is your threshold.
And, there are so many great products out there in the hair care world that can help save you time. But I think just like how we have to like kind of take a step back and do a mask on our face or do a peel, we should always think like, okay, what treatment can I do to my hair? Because I know a lot of people like me, I pull it back wet, I heat style it, I'm color treating it. We tend to be like really naughty with our hair, but we tend to not take the time to like treat it well. So we always recommend doing like a scalp scrub or your favorite mask. And if you don't have time, I love that Jen says she always wants to take things off our to-do list rather than put things on. So when you're working out, like throw a mask in your hair, or like when you go to bed, like throw something that's hydrating in your hair and then wake up and rinse. Like there's ways to like kind of multitask, like exfoliating your scalp. The reason why we did scalp and body is because we wanted you to be in the shower and be able to exfoliate your scalp and your body at the same time. And it was also like a way for us to explain exfoliating your scalp a little bit easier, because we all know exfoliating the body, what that does. So if we did a product that was like for the body and then for the scalp, you would be like, oh yeah, I totally get that idea.
And I love that you said that you do it. It's best to do it when your hair is actually dry so that you can feel where you're putting it before you've got like a sopping wet head.
Yeah, I think people are afraid to touch wet hair too. Like they're like, ugh, I don't know how to lift it. So here we try to keep it real and effortless as well. We understand the mistakes. Like we all can't be the amazing, like professional hairstylists of the world. And we know that our community is real and they're going to overuse a product and they're going to, have questions on it. And we just try to make it as real and approachable as possible.
Because I feel like you are such a cutting edge brand, like, are there things that you're working on? Like, yeah, can you share a little stuff with us?
Okay, so we're going to rethink and remove the chaos from the shampoo and conditioner world, because like you go to Target or CVS or Ulta or Sephora and everything's like volume, smooth, repair, clean. Like you're not sure. You're like, to me, I'm like, yeah, I have all those problems, but what shampoo do I buy? So we decided to like kind of take a step back, and we want everyone to start picking out their shampoos and conditioners based on the diameter of their hair shaft. And I know that sounds so technical, but we're going to do it in the easiest way possible. And fear not, we have a quiz on our website that can take you through all these. It's like the BuzzFeed of all quizzes. You'll have like so much fun. It's 6 questions. But I can tell you that the diameter of your hair shaft is how wide one strand of hair is. And we're going to help you decide whether you're fine, medium, or thick. Simple as that. And once you find out whether you're fine, medium, or thick, we customize the ingredients in there to help with frizz, split ends, lack of volume, shine, everything that you want to buy your shampoo to fix. That's all incorporated in those formulas, but it's based on how wide one single strand of hair is. So if you describe your hair as it's fine, but I have a lot of it, you're still going to be in the fine category. If you have if your biceps are from blow drying your hair because it's so thick and so luxurious and you've been blessed with a lot of thick hair, then you're going to be in the thick hair zone. And then medium, if you love it, but you don't really hate it either, and you sort of maybe have a little bit of lackluster, but it's a little bit wider than fine and a little less, it's not really super thick, and you're kind of right in the middle. And again, like we have this one test. So you're going to take your pointer finger and your thumb and grab one single strand of hair. And if you feel nothing between your pointer finger and your thumb, then you're fine. If you can kind of feel like you have something there, then you're going to be medium. If you definitely feel like you have a strand of hair, like without a doubt, there's something in between your fingers, then you have thick.
Now, is it like when you're moving, or is it just like when you're, like if I go like this?
So we like to say if you want to slide it up and down and you still don't feel anything, you're more fine. If you slide it up and down and you're like, okay, I definitely feel like something's there between my fingers, then you're medium. And again, if it's like, whoa, okay, something's between there, like you feel like maybe it's a piece of floss or a piece of string, then you're more thick.
Oh, I'm probably like finely medium.
I feel like just from looking at you and not putting hands in hair, I would say the way your hair is moving and I can see your hairline, I would say you're medium.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Yay.
Okay.
So I think that everyone's going to kind of like be like, have like I have no idea. Let me take this quiz moment. Or I've never thought of my hair like that before. I think when you talk to people about their hair, they're always like, it's damaged. It's I hate it. It's flat. It's like, they talk about all the bad things in their hair. this, we're trying to get them, it's almost like they're dating your hair again. We want you to like take a step back and let's decide where you are. Are you fine, medium, or thick? It's funny because people in the office use the word thin hair for fine. And I was like, no. If I had like a Real Housewives tagline, it would be like, you can call my waistline thin, but never call my hair thin.
Right.
It's such a bad word. It's more fine. I think fine is very appropriate. But we're really kind of satisfying the needs based on that diameter. And like some of the ingredients that we're using, like in fine, we're using chia seed extract. If you ever go to Trader Joe's and buy that chia seed and you drop it in your smoothie and you can see that chia seed like expands and gets all like gushy and like big and bouncy. We also use some hemp seed extract in there as well. Hemp is so good for weightless moisturizing of the hair, which is insane. And we added biotin in that formula to make your hair nice and strong. So usually fine hair tends to snap really easily. In medium, we added, we have a little bit of kumquat seed extract, which is the first time we're ever using kumquat seed extract. That's going to give you ridiculously shiny hair. In our thick formulation, which this is really our first sort of attempt to kind of talk about that thicker texture of hair. A lot of our products are super lightweight, and I think our current shampoo or our past shampoo and conditioner line, we didn't have a formulation that was really like super hydrating for that thicker texture hair, and we really nailed it here. We have something in there called a marshmallow root extract.
Oh, sure.
And what that does is, yeah, oh my God, when you have really thick hair, it sometimes coils around each other. So whether you're shampooing or conditioning, this marshmallow root extract is going to help detangle, straighten out that hair, and cleanse it and condition it with ease. Because I think when you have thick hair, washing your hair tends to be a process. So it's going to make it nice and easy. And we also used a little bit of avocado seed oil in there because it's super hydrating and very reparative for that thicker strand.
I'm going to be interested to see what the reaction is from men, right? I feel like men are way more likely to be admitting that they have fine hair or medium hair rather than saying, I really want a volumizer, or if I've got thick hair. Like, I don't know that a lot of men want to go and be like, I've got frizzy hair, but they might want but they might want the frizz reducing effects of it. So maybe having something that's a little bit less like, I don't know, feminine, right? Like where you're going in and it's like, I don't want frizz. I don't want that. Where it's just like fine, medium, thick, and it's doing it all for you. I'll be interested to see what men think. And the
packaging.
The
packaging is so uber chic. It speaks to anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So
the simplicity might scare people a little bit, and we love to like shake it up here at OUAI. So I have a feeling that though people are going to start to rethink. You're going to start to see people in like Sephora and Ulta like taking their strands and thinking about it a different way. And you know what? This is again like it's for the entire hair category, hair family, because like say they pick the right shampoo, say they're like, okay, I'm fine with being fine. I'm totally okay with it. And then they have their favorite like, Briogeo product. Maybe that works a little bit better for them, or they have their favorite OUAI product and that works a little bit better for them. I think it's going to start up a new conversation on like how we think about our hair a little bit. And that's why OUAI is so fun, because we do things that are a little bit different, but also like simple at the same time. We kind of take it back a little bit.
I love it. So if people want to buy this, it's available. Is it only in Sephora now?
It's going to be Sephora, and it's Ulta, and it's, of course, the OUAI.com. We have a great little like loyalty club for that one, too. So, yeah, we love the OUAI.com.
Amazing, Diana. Thank you so much for running us through like so much interesting stuff. I feel so, different. And I love OUAI. It makes you feel good about your hair. Right? We've got like a little bit of like the French, and I'm not going to feel so bad anymore that my hair is it's really finely medium. So thank you. So if people want to find out more about this, they can go to Sephora, they can go to Ulta. Preferably, they're going to go to OUAI.com. That's OUAI.
It's theouai.com. Yep.
Theouai.com. And it's the only way to go. And of course, if you guys want to find us on Facebook or Instagram, you can find us at Art Beauty Podcast.
Also, check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Art Beauty Podcast. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.